Hello and welcome to the Pete Braley Show. Thanks so much for joining us. Really do appreciate you clicking on to find out what we're all about. This is the show where we shine the spotlight on people that have contributed to making life here in Greater New Bedford or Southern New England a more positive experience. How she finds time to even sleep, I don't know. Please welcome our guest. She is a singer, an entertainer, a vocal coach. She has a day job, too, as the marketing director and director of recreation at Alden Court. I also understand she books entertainment for some local establishments. Please welcome a very busy lady, Sharon Jensen.
Hello. Thank you for having me.
Welcome to the show.
Thank you so much. Thank you.
So, yeah, your day job is
Yes.
at Alden Court, and you've been there how long, you said?
Going on 27 years.
Wow.
27 years. Love it. It's a
And
wonderful facility.
Marketing. I see you organizing a number of events.
I do lots of things.
So that's a big thing for the residents.
It's part of the marketing piece. I've actually had different jobs there. I've worked as the recreation director initially when I got there 27 years ago, and then I became the concierge.
Oh, okay.
I developed a concierge program / admissions director.
So if anybody wanted Rolling Stones tickets, they would go to you? Is that?
No, it's all about customer service. We are all about customer service there. So I still kind of hold that role in many ways. But I did admissions for many years, and then I went back to rec therapy and marketing. So what I do is I organize events and really kind of enrich the residents' lives by doing wonderful things. We're blessed to be able to do so many wonderful things for our residents. Entertainment, all different types of events. We have Mardi Gras on Thursday night with the brass band, Dr. Rocha.
Oh, yeah, the South Coast
brass band,
yeah.
So we're excited about that. But we do all different types of wonderful things.
And did I see that you've been a vocal coach for 25 years?
Almost 30.
Almost 30?
Yeah,
Wow.
almost 30 years.
Let's go to the beginning. You're from Rochester originally?
I'm originally from East Freetown.
Okay.
Born in East Freetown, and live in Rochester. Live in Rochester now.
Where'd you go to school?
I went to Apponequet.
Okay.
I went to Apponequet, and then I went on to SMU. Graduated from SMU, which is now UMass.
My first radio gig was WUSM.
That's right. I was the news director.
There you go.
Of WUSM. Yeah.
So what did you go to school for? What was your major?
My goal was to do communications. I kind of did a concentrated multidisciplinary degree with a focus on communications and journalism.
Okay.
So yeah, my goal was really to be a radio or /TV newscaster. Things changed along the way, yeah, I actually did write for the newspaper, for the Standard Times, for Jim Carr as a freelance writer for a while after college, and then I found my way into the area of working with senior citizens. I've always loved working with seniors, and there was this opportunity at a very small facility in New Bedford, and I said, something, I'm going to go check it out. I was always kind of a marketing person anyway, and went in there, sold myself, and got an opportunity from the Cummings. I'll never forget it. I really appreciate them for that because it brought me to where I am today. Worked for Bedford Village, and then I worked for several other facilities. I also became certified in Alzheimer's disease. So
Okay.
I'm an Alzheimer's speaker. I'm certified by the Alzheimer's Association, which I absolutely love teaching caregivers how to deal with the disease process and work with Alzheimer's patients, which I do every day. So in my job.
And you're also a vocal coach and an entertainer. So where did the love for music come from? Would you trace it to your parents, or was?
My dad was a Johnny Cash singer. He had his own Johnny Cash band.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, I used to play at the Poria Post.
Yes.
You remember that?
Yep.
And
On the boulevard, right?
Yes,
Yep.
yes. And he died very young. He was 47 years old when he died, but he always instilled in me the importance of music and how therapeutic it was. So he's the one who got basically all of us. My brothers all kind of played an instrument.
Okay.
But I was the singer and the violinist. Played a little saxophone too at 35 years old. Lionel Soares, I don't know if you remember that name.
I think so.
He was one of the most accomplished saxophone players. He taught me how to play the saxophone at 35 years old.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. And then I went for titles as Miss Freetown and Miss New Bedford and won both of those titles. And that kind of took me to a whole other level as far as entertaining. And Jack Gomes is a trumpet player, excuse me. He is a trumpet player, and I pretty much owe my success as a musician to him.
Really?
Yeah, he, saw me as Miss New Bedford in 1988 and reached out to me and asked me if I wanted to sing with his band, the Party Band, Jack Gomes and the Party Band. And I worked with Steve Piazza. I don't know if you know that name.
Yeah, I know that name.
And we started this party band. We did weddings and so on and so forth. And
Did you sing everything? Or?
I did everything, yeah. General business is my goal. I think that as a singer, it's important to kind of have a well-rounded repertoire. Even now, I think that there's so many people in the audience that like country, they like jazz, they like pop, they like old rock. So that's what I still do, and that's what the party band did. We used to do so many weddings and parties, and then Eddie Rodricks from the Meadowlarks. I don't know if you knew the Meadowlarks.
The Meadowlarks, yes. Yeah.
He recruited me to work as his lead singer, and I did that until I would think I was like 35 years old. I worked both of the bands and did some freelancing with some duo artists.
A lot of late nights and probably early mornings, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh, then it was like till 1, 2 in the morning.
Oh, right.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, we don't stay out as late anymore,
no,
do we?
we don't.
No.
Well, I think since COVID, things have
yeah.
changed so much, but it's going back. It's going back to the later hours, which I'm fine with. Yeah.
So at what point did you decide to be a vocal coach?
I had this amazing vocal coach. Her name was Katie Tetzel. I think she was from Berkeley. She's a Berkeley graduate. And I went to her for several years. Actually, I think I was like 16 years old when I went to her. And she took me into these venues, the Main Event, remember the Main Event? To sing and taught me all these wonderful things. And I went to college and had a Madame Corbea, who was my vocal teacher there. And it kind of inspired me to want to teach other people the art of vocal, singing, and how to be an entertainer. I'm not just a vocal coach.
That must be part of it, right? Because I would assume that you work a lot on breathing, phrasing, but then a lot of it becomes
articulation,
how you perform, right?
Yeah, I kind of, I always tell people that there are so many great vocal coaches. I can name many in this area. But one of the things I really do focus on is performance. And, I think that especially with kids, they don't just want to sing. They shouldn't just sing. They should know how to engage the audience, how to feel the song. My vocal coach, Katie Tetzel, her motto was, sing with your heart, and I kind of carried that over. So when she left the facility, which was the Music Center in New Bedford, somebody had mentioned to me, actually Lou, the owner, said, what do you think about taking over her job or doing some work here? And I was like, maybe I'll do that, yeah. So took on a few students, but it was in such a confined little area.
Oh, okay.
So as I got older, I was doing a lot of singing, and I was out at the Hawthorne Country Club.
There you go.
Got all these little memories coming back, And there was this young lady by the name of Victoria Wade. Her family was there, and they said, hey, do you do any teaching? And I said, something, I did a little, and I think I'm going back to it. And she was my first student, and that led to, I would say I've taught over the last 30 years, maybe, I tried to figure it out one time, over 800 people.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
I was teaching while working for the longest time, for 20 years, 75 students a week. And I would do group sessions, like little kids, to teach them programs within a group setting so they could learn from one another, privates and duos and trios. So that's where I got the 75 from. And I did this program, which was a nonprofit program called Voices in Time.
I remember that, yes.
So if you were my student, you were part of this program, and part of this was getting out in the community, utilizing your voice and giving your talents back to the community.
I saw them at the homecoming fair in
Always.
Fairhaven.
We were blessed to do that every year, yeah. But it really just gave them the opportunity to get there, out and use the skills they were learning in my classes, in my 4 walls, you know what I mean? Taking them out into the community And once again, giving back. Like, we did so many charitable events, and so that was part of my program for 20 years. I was supposed to retire it during COVID, and COVID took me out. So we didn't get to do that last show, which was going to be amazing. It really was. I was doing duos with little kids and older kids, and I taught harmony right from the beginning at 8 years old.
Ooh.
So these kids were like so intricate working together with these older kids. It was like a mentor show.
Right.
I brought kids back from years ago.
Oh, great.
So it was going to be this amazing show. But unfortunately, things happen for a reason.
But you coach now, right, in individual lessons?
Yeah, I do more like artist development, more so. Like these kids that come to me now, like I work on really making them performers and really want them to do things with their voices. I've worked with a lot of kids that have been on American Idol. I've had 3, including my daughter, Jillian Jensen.
I'm going to get to that in a moment. Yeah. I do have to say that on our last show, we had one of your students on.
Paul Santos.
Paul Santos, yeah.
Yes.
That was a big step for him.
Yes.
To he's the same age as I, so I can say at his age, but that was amazing that at his age he was like, let me take some lessons.
And the cool thing is the growth that came from it.
Right.
Like it's about confidence, of course, and Paul's got the confidence for the most part, right?
Sure.
Of course,
sure.
He does TV and everything else, but, once he learned some skills, like he's doing some very cool things. I call him the Sinatra of my group.
Yeah, he's the crooner, huh?
He's the crooner, yeah.
You mentioned your daughter. That is, her name escapes me.
Jillian Jensen.
Thank you. I knew it was a J.
Yeah.
So Jillian Jensen, she was on Idol, right?
Mm-hmm. She was, yeah.
Yeah. And what is she doing now?
So Jillian, she was not also on Idol. I want to tell you, she was on X Factor. That's what really she brought.
Oh,
her
right.
career was like big from that. But she sings all over the world with a wonderful upscale wedding band. It's called, or I should say an events band. It's called The Sultans. Mm-hmm. And she's a little part management in it. She does all the travel arrangements. This is kind of like a big corporate band. And there can be 5 of those bands out all over the world in one night doing weddings or whatever events it is.
Oh, okay.
Does some cool things, like she works for the Kennedys. I mean, she does some really cool events.
And she's in Tennessee, right?
She works. Yep, she moved to Chattanooga, Tennessee, just before she got married 3 years ago, and she is now going to have a baby. I'm going to be a Mimi.
Oh, congratulations!
Yeah.
There's nothing like it.
Yeah, I'm excited. Yeah. Thrilled. A Noah.
And your son's musical too, isn't he? In fact, haven't you performed with your son?
I do perform with him on occasion.
And your daughter also. You've done that.
I do both.
Yeah.
Yep.
Tell me about your son.
So Jacob is actually a semi-professional skateboarder, believe it or not.
Okay.
Yeah. So during COVID, he never really did any of this. He took vocal lessons with me, but that wasn't cool. You know how that is as a boy. So during COVID, he was skateboarding and had a very bad fall and had a very bad concussion, ended up in the darkness of his room for a long time, doing college, going to be an accountant. And, he was just going through a very difficult time. And he didn't wear a helmet, never wore a helmet. And I used to rag on him all the time because it was, it's very dangerous. So he was very sad, and he's like, I don't know, Mom, I don't think I can, this is hard. It's bothering me. I go, something, you did this to yourself, so let's do something good for yourself. Take your sister's old guitar, put it in your hands and try learning it. It's going to redirect you from your negativity.
Wow.
So he took her guitar, and he said, I can't do this. And I said, yeah, you can. So one day I was upstairs, and all of a sudden I listened downstairs, and I hear that train a-coming. It's rolling down the...
And the flashback to your father, I'm
exactly.
sure. Right.
Yep. And that's all it wrote. That's all she wrote. I set him up. I did set him up, believe it or not, in all the local nursing homes as a Johnny Cash singer. He learned every Johnny Cash song you can imagine, and did Johnny Cash hours dressed up in black with a black hat, everything. And then it just transpired from there, and he does performing with one of my former students, Anya Crowell. They're amazing, all over the South Coast now.
Oh, that's terrific.
And plays amazing. I just don't even know how. It came from my dad, I'm sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was going to ask you, and you mentioned about him playing in the nursing homes. I would imagine there are quite a few times where both of your worlds mix.
All the time.
They don't collide. They mix and they go together, right?
Absolutely, yeah. Yep, especially when an entertainer cancels. I'm the entertainer. So yeah, they definitely do.
Good point.
And as you know, music is incredibly therapeutic, especially in my field of Alzheimer's disease. It provokes good memories and can provoke bad memories.
I remember that there was a video or a TikTok not too long ago about a woman that had Alzheimer's, but when they played, I want to say it was a John Denver tune.
Yep.
When they played the Denver tune in the town, as they drove her around town, she recognized every place.
Oh, yeah.
You know, this is where your father gave me your first kiss and all that. But
Sure.
music just
It provokes good memory,
can
yeah.
do that.
Yeah, we have patients that, in my experience over the years, that can't say a single word, but they can sing "Let Me Call You Sweetheart"
Oh, wow.
or "You Are My Sunshine" fluently. It's amazing. So, yeah, my worlds do collide. Yeah.
And I noticed, and I asked you about this because I said, do I have this wrong? You seem to appear with a number of different people, right?
I do.
You have the one band you said.
I work with the Alternatives, which is the band I started almost 3 years ago, and with Kenny Mata, and I work with a few different drummers actually in that band. And also I've worked with several musicians, but worked with Sean Cookingham, a guy by the name of Chris Vital. I've worked with a Lindsay Mata, several different people. George Piver I've worked with for years.
Oh, wow.
But the nice thing about working with different musicians is it challenges me all the time. You know, it's not the same thing all the time. So it gives me opportunity to do different venues and different music and just pushes my buttons, you know. So it's good. Yeah.
Yeah, no, I just told you that my son, who you know, Hunter, played
Love
at your
him.
birthday party?
He played at my best friend's birthday party.
Oh, okay, because I was gonna,
Yeah.
like, there was some story about how they met.
Yeah,
like,
that's
you
how
were
we met.
there. Yeah. And he will sometimes play with Paul Sylvia.
Yep, yeah.
Is it Sylvia or Silva?
It's Sylvia, I believe.
Sylvia,
yeah.
I always get that
I
mixed
know
up.
that, me too.
But he played a gig recently with Paul, and
Mm-hmm.
he's gone, and you know he plays acoustically by himself.
Yep.
But then when you add those other, it just brings a different element.
It's
to
different,
it.
yeah. It's just got a little bit more energy sometimes, but it really depends on the performer too. And Hunter, I don't need to tell you, he's incredibly talented.
Well, thank
like
you.
just listening to him at the party, everybody was like in awe. So amazing.
And some of the songs he writes,
Oh.
I listen to him. I'm like, is this my kid?
I
You
know,
so
I
the
know.
lines. So you're doing all of those. It seems every weekend you're out, right?
At least twice a weekend, yeah.
At least twice a weekend,
yeah,
and then
absolutely, yeah.
the full-time job at Alden Court.
I work 32 hours, which is full time basically.
Okay,
Yeah, 32
all
hours,
right.
but it's nice. And honestly, you never work 32 hours. You always work more. You know how that is.
Oh
right?
yeah, definitely.
So even 40 sometimes, plus. But yeah, I do that, and Wednesdays I have a little time off, and I do things that I can, you know, my errands and my doctor's appointments and all that stuff.
And when are you giving lessons?
I do that every other week during the week time, and I teach
Okay.
on Sundays too. Yeah.
Every other week. That's probably
Yeah.
a good idea to balance everything out.
Yeah, because I do love to exercise. That's one thing I really like. When COVID struck, especially working in a nursing facility, it wasn't easy. You know, a lot of times.
And
feeling,
you didn't get any time off. You
Never.
were I have.
that was 100 hours.
My
a week.
wife is a paramedic, so
So you know.
Yeah, she jokes around that the next paramedic, they want to take it off.
Right?
We can be essential.
Exactly.
Yeah, so.
But I, you know, it was difficult because you get very close to these people. They become your parents and your grandparents, you know. And it became kind of sad. So things that I did were, because I wasn't singing for the longest time, I was just teaching, watching my daughter perform all over the world, you know, doing wonderful things. And then during COVID, I thought, you know something, I miss singing. So I would get on videos and just start making videos and like really working on my voice. Because you can be the best teacher, doesn't mean you're the best singer. And I always tell people, I'm a
Oh.
good singer, but I'm not the, I mean, I'm good, but I'm not the best, but I'm a good performer. I love to perform. I love to meet, like to see people happy.
Right.
You know?
Right.
So I started working on my singing again, found a facility that was willing to bring us in during COVID. I worked at Pacoy Brook. Brian, I give him lots of
Oh, the
credit for
golf
getting
course,
me back
yeah.
out there.
Yeah.
The owner was amazing. And I did that like a few times a month. And
So how long had you been away from singing?
Oh, since I was like 40.
Wow.
Yeah, and I'm
okay.
60, so yeah, it was a while.
Okay.
So yeah, so I decided I'm going to start singing again, and then I met Lindsay Joy Mata, who is like a daughter to me. She's actually like literally 30 years younger than I. But I'm telling you right now, we just meshed, and our voices are perfect together. We did a lot of cool things together. And then I said to myself, you know what, Sharon, you got to start working out and doing something for yourself to feel good too. So I started going to the gym, and I had a private trainer, Wayne Goulat, who's amazing. And so I used to do that, and I'm boxing now.
Uh-oh.
I'm boxing with Doug Bramwell and Bramwell Fitness, and I love that. So exercising is important along with my music. It kind of keeps you sane.
Do you ever call your kids and say, hey, guess what I tried? And they go, now what?
They probably wouldn't say that because they know me.
They know you, yeah.
Pickleball is next, though.
What's that?
Pickleball.
Oh,
will be
there you
next.
go. Or if you've been watching the Olympics, curling. I want to do.
I don't even know what that is. I'm so
Oh,
sorry.
it's I don't know how to explain it. It's like shuffleboard on ice with your hands.
Oh,
Plus
okay.
somebody gets in front of the rock with a
Okay.
broom and
Oh, wow.
smooths down the ice so it'll curve. It's
I don't know if I'd like it.
yeah.
I'm not sure.
It's funny though. You know, I told you Hunter was playing a gig last night, so I'm at Ryan's Pub, and there's a TV right in front of me. You know, because they have different TVs, and all of a sudden curling came on, and I'm watching him, and I'm like, oh, it pulls you in.
Yeah,
I don't know what it is,
Yeah.
but it does.
yeah.
So the lessons, if anybody is curious about signing up their child or grandchild, are you taking on new singers?
I am pretty much full.
Okay.
Yeah, I try
Yep.
to keep a minimum because I really want to, like I said, work on artist development and creating some good future singers. You know, I've got, like I said, I really want to see them successful. I don't want them just to come. I want them to
Right.
do it because
Mom's
they
making
love
me
it.
do this.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
I really have some and one of the things I didn't say is, and I do want to bring this up, is these kids perform all over the community too. I
Okay.
do showcases. It's called Sharon Student Showcase. I just did one at the Tipsy Toboggan. The place was jam-packed. And it teaches them how to be confident in front of an audience and perform, you know. So they're all over. I do like 50 appearances a year with them.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
And I hope that the audiences, you know, I hope you didn't get any knuckleheads there. I hope
Not
they appreciate
usually, no.
appreciate the fact that the kids are up
kids,
there.
yeah.
This is their chance.
No, I'm very blessed. So far, everything has been positive, and that's what develops their confidence.
Oh, of course.
And confidence, as you know, in life is a key.
Mm-hmm.
So, no, people are great. They're really good.
Oh, that's good.
Yeah, I'm lucky.
That's good.
Yeah, I'm very lucky.
So you do all of these things, and somehow you make it all work.
Yep.
I don't know how, but
Time management. Although some of my musician friends might say, you procrastinate. I don't procrastinate. I just know when to do things. You know what I mean?
Okay.
It's like you kind of build this routine, and it's sometimes, you know, you're kind of last minute, but I work really well under pressure.
and I noticed you're also, because I know you've given Hunter a couple of leads, you're also booking for different places, right?
I do. I was booking for actually a couple of places, but primarily one of them right now. I work for Home Plate,
In Taunton,
which is a
yep.
phenomenal, love the facility, great ownership out in Taunton. So yeah, and Hunter has worked there. Yep.
Quick story: he had a gig there on a Saturday night, and there was an NFL playoff game.
Oh yes.
So he's singing, and the TVs have the game on. But he's a big football fan, big Patriots fan.
Yeah.
It was not the Pats game, you know.
Okay, yeah.
That would have been an issue for him, I guess. But so we're watching this, and I forgot who was playing. It was Buffalo playing somebody, and his football knowledge came in because he could see the TV as he's singing.
Right.
So he kind of knows where the game is going. So it came down to a last-second field goal, and of course the TV, they took a commercial break.
Right.
So he comes to the end of a song. He says, "I'm Hunter Braley. I'll be here till whatever time. Going to take a short break. We'll be right back." He comes over to my table and he says, "I figure I'm not going to go back till they kick the field goal because nobody wants to see me."
Oh no.
So you got to read the room, I guess,
Yeah, it's
right?
a sports bar. It is a sport. You definitely got to read the room.
Yeah.
Absolutely. For everything, music and everything. It's really important. You can't sing young music when there's 30 to 50-year-olds,
True.
60-year-olds, so yeah.
When you're sitting at say the Tipsy Toboggan,
Yeah.
when you're sitting there and you see some of your students get up and perform,
Yes.
what's that like for you?
Oh my God. It's the best thing in the world.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's the best thing in the world. It's a product of who I am and what I believe in and how, one thing I think too about music for kids in particular, especially seeing my students go through COVID, because I did teach through COVID with masks on. They need music in their lives, not
Yes.
just sports. I love sports, don't get me wrong, but sometimes it's the music that's taken out of the school systems versus the sports.
Yeah, the budget cut.
The cuts,
Yeah. The band will go before the football team goes.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
So, and once again, I'm 100% for sports as well.
Yeah,
but-
nothing against football,
No.
but that's just the reality.
It's the
that's what's
reality.
going to happen.
So I kept music going, and I just made people come in with masks on, and kids were getting depressed. It was sad. But when they came back in my studio, they were happy again. And I'm not saying it's because of me. It's because they love to sing, and they're passionate about music.
And they have so many more opportunities than you and I had, right?
Oh my goodness, of course, yes.
I mean,
They're blessed.
and
Listen, my mother couldn't afford voice lessons when I was a little kid.
Right.
My mother was a single mom who was an amazing mother, had 5 kids, and lost her husband at 47 years old. So, I wasn't blessed to be able to do the things that kids can do today. So I always tell the kids, listen, if you're coming for lessons, you'd put your work in. Because
Right.
hard work pays off, first of all, but your mom's not going to pay for lessons if you're not putting the work in, because I don't want to work with students that don't want to put the work in.
And I can imagine if you have a singer who's maybe timid when they first come to you,
Yep.
and then they develop.
Oh, it's the greatest thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
Lots
for them
of them.
too, right?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. And everything in life. Do you know I have kids? Matter of fact, I had a student recently reach out to me and say, Miss Sharon, I just wanted to let you know, and this is years ago, okay? I wanted to let you know that I got that job because of your program, Voices in Time.
Oh,
Because
wow.
I make them talk. I don't just teach them singing.
Yeah, so it's
like-
not just going for a singing job, or she might have been going for a corporate job or whatever, but
And she was communicative and confident, and she said, I just thought of myself standing on that stage and talking to the audience. And that's, that's how I landed the job. And I just want to say, you're a part of that. It's funny, but recently I tell people I think I'm dying because I'm getting all these compliments, and I don't know where they're from. But one other student reached out to me too recently and said, I just wanted to let you know I was thinking about you. And a dad reached out to me just the other day and said, I really appreciate you. And I was looking at an old memory, and I thought, Taylor learned a lot from you. So it's those things that
yeah.
make me love what I do.
Well, we appreciate you too. Thanks for coming on.
Thank you so much for having me.
Sharon Jensen.
You're so kind.
Okay. That's going to do it for this week on the program. We always wrap up with a thought for the day. So our thought today is, everything is mindset. Nothing is more important than the thoughts you feed your mind. And that must go into
Fact.
effect on stage too, right?
Fact.
Yeah. No matter what, we hope you go out and make it a great day.